reason is very simple. It's because of the COVID-19. The advent of COVID-19 have changed a lot of things because the CEOs, the employers of labor, they've come to realize that a good number of work that they are hiring people to do, those kind of jobs, robots can actually do in it. And the very good example of robot is ATM machine. So banks, CEOs, I heard that the one of the banks in Nigeria, the CEO said they don't need more than 40% of their staff to get the job done. They don't need more than 40%. Inversely, it's saying that out of every 2 staff they have, they are going to lay off minimum of 1 person. So the economy is shrinking, no doubt about it. People's income level is going to shrink, is going to reduce, and it's only the very strong, the very best of the best that are going to still be able to hold on to their jobs or to their business or whatever. Some businesses that cannot even adapt to the current demand of change, such individual also, their business is going to go into extinction, no doubt about it. So the most important thing for individual to do right now is to begin to adapt to the reality of our world. And the reality of our world is the fact that online is the space that we have. It's only online that we have space for people. That's where we have opportunities. That's where we have opportunities for wealth creation, where people can come and then begin to do a lot of things so that their life can begin to get better. They can begin to put their lives together. And honestly, when individuals begin to come online, those individuals are going to begin to compete with the rest of the world. Yes, we are going to be competing with the rest of the world. Whether you are operating your virtual business from Lagos, Nigeria, or from Ibadan, Nigeria, or from Kano, Nigeria, or from Taraba in Nigeria, you are going to be competing with somebody that is operating his business in the same virtual space, and this other guy may be operating from London or New York or Belgium or Germany or China or Norway or Spain or Italy or Malaysia or Tanzania, wherever. So it's actually a level playing ground. And some of these developed countries, they have tools, they have resources in place that, for example, they have consistent power supply. And that is one of the things that most Nigerian business entrepreneurs are going to begin to contend with. Yes, we are going to begin to contend seriously with that. We are going to contend with power supply, consistent power supply. We are going to contend with fast internet network. Most of these things, these people does not really necessarily need to worry about it. But if you are a business owner or you are an employee from Nigeria or young entrepreneur, you are going to contend with all of these challenges. But these other guys from other parts of the world, they don't need to worry about that. A lot of people may not be able to be on this broadcast simply because maybe they don't even have enough data. Can you imagine that? Over there, data is almost free. I was speaking with one of my contacts in Moscow, and I asked him, what does it cost you to access internet on monthly basis? And he said it cost him equivalent of 2,500 naira, equivalent in Moscow's money, convert in Nigeria, 2,500 naira for him to access unlimited internet on monthly basis. Did you hear that? Unlimited internet. Me that I operate my business from Lagos, Nigeria, I spent well over 30,000 naira on internet. You can see the disparity in terms of the kind of resources and tools that are available to us compared to what is available to these other people in the world. So bearing that in mind, and we are coming to the same space, which is internet space, with the same guys that are operating their own business, from developed country, and we that we are coming from developing country, we also have to operate our own business from the same platform. So what do we do? So we need to plan ourselves, we need to structure our business, we need to structure everything that we are doing, we need to structure the way we think, the way we behave, and all of that. So I'm going to be diving into my slides right away so that we can get ahead this evening. I wouldn't want to take too much time because we are still going to be organizing more of this kind of training so that people can understand what is going on around us. Okay, so here on my slides I have now persistence is the name of the game. If you want to operate in any business at all, and as I've said earlier, I'm going to be focusing on Oniliowo, welcome, thank you for joining us. So I'm going to be focusing on real estate this evening. So, and the first thing that you need to know as a real estate consultant that want to begin to operate your business from your mobile phone, from your smartphone, you need to understand that persistence is the name of the game. I've been doing this real estate business for the past 5 years. I've been operating online business for the past 12 years. And I know I've made millions. I'm not bragging. I've made millions on the internet, and a lot of people have even made much more than that, So, but the truth is, persistence is the name of the game. It's not something that you do once a while, or you do it one-off and you stop doing it. If you want to succeed in any business at all, and of course real estate is not different, persistence is the name of the game. I remember I was training some couple of individuals in pre-COVID-19 era, and I was telling them in the class that persistence is the name of the game. And the question that one of the participants asked me was that, okay, from the level that I am, how can I start from my own level? And I told her that very day that start from your contacts. Which contact? The contact on your phone. The contact on your mobile phone. Research have shown that an average teenager has over 800 contacts in their social network. Maybe on your mobile phone, on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook account, on your Instagram account, your Twitter account, your LinkedIn account, have over 800 contacts. Now, let's bring that to Nigeria. Let's assume that, okay, maybe an average teenager have 200 contacts. But the bottom line is, whether you have 50 contacts or 100 contacts or 200 contacts, you have contacts on your mobile phone. And those contacts that you have, your existing contacts, they are your warm market. So when you are getting into the real estate business, you have to be strategic. So you have to focus on the people that you know. And I'm going to be sharing some experiences, my personal experiences in the industry with you. I remember when I started a business some couple of years ago, and I was doing marketing. I printed flyers, I distribute flyers. If you are very familiar with Lekki Axis, I distributed flyers in Ikota, VGC area. I distributed flyers. I went to Lekki. I went to a hotel and all of that. I distributed over 4,000 flyers. And guess what? I didn't even get one single call of inquiries. And I spent over 80,000 naira to print that flyers. And with my cost of transportation, moving for more than 1 week, I think I spent about 2 weeks to distribute those flyers, and I did not make a single sales. But I learned something. I learned that it's like flyers is not working. So what did I do? I began to talk to people in my contacts. And guess what? This is after 9 months that I've done real estate business, and I did not sell a dime. So I decided to begin to talk to people in my network that, man, won't you introduce me to the people in your office so that I can come and do presentation about my real estate business? Maybe some of them will like to buy and all of that. And guess what? As I was talking to people, one person just said, oh, it's true. Maybe you can come and talk to some people in my school. This person happens to be a teacher. And I went to our school, I did a presentation, and the teachers in the school, they were so excited about the opportunity, and about 20 people signed up for the offer. And I was able to, I did a sales of about 20 million naira from that singular effort alone. And that's how I learned that you need to start from your warm market, your existing contact. Don't bother about the number of people, the number of followers that some people have on social media. You focus on what is important. And what is that thing that is important? That's your ability to get customer, attract customer, and keep them. You attract your customer and keep them. So what do you do with this contact? You can carve out a very fantastic SMS, such as, do you know that Ibeju-Lekki is the fastest developing area in West Africa, and with just 750,000 naira you can buy a landed property in the area. Think about that. And you send it to people you know. Some of them, they will definitely contact you. And this is exactly what I told this lady in my training. And she went back home and applied the simple principle. And guess what? In less than 2 weeks, she made a sales of 2.4 million naira. And her commission, even during this COVID-19, was 240,000 naira. So the truth is, if you want to get into this business, of course, it's good for you to have a big vision. It's good for you to have a big dreams. But start small. Start with what you have, your mobile phone and your existing contacts. And as you begin to do this, don't try to think that you are going to make the money overnight. Some people will get into the business, before they make sales, it could be within 1 week. For that woman, it was within 2 weeks. Some persons have been able to make sales within 3 months. I did my own within 9 months. So it depends on your existing contacts, how robust your contacts are. That's what determines how soon you could make sales and how you can convince people, your capacity to convince people to buy. So the persistence is the name of the game. Simply means that keep doing it until you get desired results. Keep marketing, keep talking to people about the business, and then until you get desired results, follow up on people, and you do what we call soft follow-up. Don't pressurize people. Some people have contacted me and they said, this is not the time for us to be talking to people about the fact that they should come and buy land. And I asked them why. They said because the economy is not currently robust as it used to be and all of that. And I asked them, is it that the money in the Nigerian economy before COVID-19, have they left for heaven? The answer, your guess is as good as mine. The answer is obvious. The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. All the money are still here in Nigeria. What has simply happened as a result of COVID-19 is that people are currently afraid and they don't know what could come up. So they have the money, they are holding it. They are afraid to spend money because they don't know when they will make another one. Because before COVID-19, they could predict the economy. They could predict that, okay, I've made this money. If I spend it, I'll definitely make another one. But right now, so many people are not sure of what will happen. Some don't even know. Maybe they will see, lock down the economy again. People are not sure of what is happening. So what are they going to do? Okay, Chris Oniliowo said he has a question. You can type your question. You can type your question. If it's what I can quickly address, I address it. So people, all the money are still here. So when they see something that will give them value, that worth much more than that money, they will release the money. And please note that property is not a luxury. Property is landed property, shelter is one of the basic needs of human being. We have food, we have clothing, we have shelter. And most people are eating. Only few people that are actually complaining that they could not feed very well because they earn daily income. And as they locked down the economy, they couldn't work, so they couldn't earn money to feed themselves and probably their family. But some other category of people actually have money to feed, and a good number of people have clothes to wear. So the next thing on these categories of people agenda is actually shelter. And I can guarantee you, most of these people, I'm talking about young couple, young individuals, young rising stars. One of the things they are going to spend much money on is actually housing. And when they buy landed property, they build their own house, they will save themselves the cost of renting. And that's why I agree with the statement that it is good to pay rent, but it is better to collect the rent. It is good to pay the rent, but it is better to collect the rent. So, Christopher, if you can hear me, please say yes, and then you can go ahead and ask your question. So, persistence is the name of the game. That's that about my first slide. So, maybe in our second training, we may probably be doing this on Zoom so that I can share my slides with you, and it will make the training to be more engaging and probably to be more exciting. So now, currently, more than 79% of companies now advertise solely on social media. More than 79 companies, they advertise their business on social media. And do you know that the one of the foremost social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, especially Facebook and Instagram, you can advertise with $1 per day. How much is that? That's about 400 naira per day. You can put your business in the limelight with a minimum budget of 400 naira per day. So, and they will be able to show your business to people, both the people in your network and people that are not in your network. So more than 79% of companies, even Fortune 500 companies in United States, they are advertising their businesses on social media. And what does that tell you? That tells you that you have access to the same platform. You have access to the same platform. You have opportunity to the same platform. It's not like the other kind of platform like radio or television or billboard, that the cost of advertising on those kind of platform may be way beyond your budget, may be way beyond what you can bear. But with social media, Facebook and Instagram, WhatsApp, you can advertise to people in your contact by sending broadcasts to them for free. For free. The cost of that will probably be your cost of data. Okay? So that's extremely fantastic. That's fantastic. Our time is fast spent. I don't really want us to exceed 1 hour in this training. So you have access to the same platform that the 500 Fortune companies also have access to. You can also advertise. You can take this your business online and begin to advertise and begin to build your team. I'm going to lay emphasis on building of team as well. Quickly, I want to talk about land documentation and their meanings. Because if you join this our real estate business, we have simplified everything. Their entire business model has been automated. You don't even need to leave your room to operate our own business model. One of our consultants earned 1.6 million naira in commission, and guess what? She has never visited the site. She does not even know where the land is located. She only marketed the land based on the description of the land that we gave to her, and she sent it to our client. Our client came all the way from Port Harcourt to inspect the land. She loved the land and she made payment and she got her commission. So you can operate this business. You don't even need to be in Lagos. I would even like our participants to type where they are watching from, so that we will be able to track. We have 3 people on this live broadcast, so you can type where you are watching from. I'm Kelechi watching from so place. I'm Christopher watching from this so place. I'm this watching from this so place, and all of that. Okay, that's that. So the process of land documentation, in Lagos, we have what we call virgin land. That is land that nothing has been done on the land. Trees, bushes, thick forest. They've never cleared the land. They've never measured the land. Those kind of land are regarded as virgin land. And when you want to acquire the land. When you buy the land from the landowners, the next thing you do is to measure the land, and that will give you the survey of the land. Then you go to the Lagos state government. We are using Lagos as a case of study in this training. So you go to Lagos state government office at Alausa to lodge the survey, as red copy. Once you lodge your survey, you can then begin to process other documents for the land, such as your governor's consent or your C of O. Okay. Yes, Christopher question. I was trying to read the question. He said, can the real estate business be done while working with a company? That is, if you have a job. In fact, it is dangerous to be living on one source of income. So you can do it very well. You can be operating this kind of real estate business model that we are talking about on part-time. You can operate it on part-time. You can operate it on full-time, but you can never operate it on spare time. And the reason is very obvious. Nobody has spare time. So you can operate it on part-time. You can decide that I'm going to be doing this business 1 hour per day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening when you come back from work. So you just send your broadcast, and most of the information you need to get across to your client, they are on my they are actually on my timeline on Instagram, on Facebook. Just follow me on at Daniel Akinyemi on Instagram, and that ESP Homes on Instagram as well. You will see all the necessary details that you need to market the land. All you just have to be doing is to be sending the update to the client and send broadcast to all your contacts, telling them that you do real estate business. You will tell them, you will inform them that you do real estate business. Let them know you that you do real estate business. So when they wanted to buy landed property, you will be the first person they will contact. That's just the truth. So you can operate the business still working with other companies, because you can do the business on part-time, and because we have automated the entire system. So when your clients show interest in the property, in any of our property, they can now tell you that, okay, we want to come and see the land, and then you give them our contact that they should call us, that call this number, go to the office. The office is located at 5 Ogunyomi Crescent, Lakwe Phase 2, School Gate bus stop off Lekki Ekpe Expressway. And then from our office, we take them to the site. And once they love the site, they make payment, you get your 10% commission. It's as simple as that. Today, we still took some people for site inspection. And when they got to the land, they love the land. Why? Because the land is located in an existing community. And you know what that means, where people are already living. As a matter of fact, the land is sharing fence with a residential house, with a residential building. So nobody gets to that land, Splendid Estate, Odiomi, Ibejuleke, and not love it. The land is not located somewhere in the bush that when you buy and you develop, only you will be living in the bush. No, it's located in an existing community where people are already living. And that makes the opportunity to be very fantastic. So to answer your question, you can actually operate the business while working with some other company. And that makes it your additional sources of income, which is brilliant. Then another thing you must need to learn in this business is that you are not the only one that's supposed to be doing it. You also need to build your team. As I tell people in my various training, whether it's online training or live training or virtual training or physical training in a hall, I always tell them, strive to make sales and also ensure that you build your team. As a matter of fact, making sales and building your team have the same weight. Making sales and building your team. Building your team is as good as making sales. So what does building your team means? It means that you tell people in your network, especially the people that you know that they don't have enough financial strength to buy your property for now. So you can tell them to begin to market the land to the people in their contacts. And when they make sales, they earn 10% commission. And when they make sales like that, the company also pays you 5% commission because you introduce them into the business. And that's why making sales and building your team is very, very important. So when I've discussed virgin land, I've explained that the land that has never been touched, it has never been cleared, it has never been measured, it does not have title, that is virgin land. And the first thing you do on such land is to do survey of the land. Okay? And then you could get excision, and when the excision is the landed property that government excise for the people, the indigenous of that particular environment, so that their offspring, their generation will not go into extinction. They will still have space to themselves to occupy. Okay, so that document is called excision, and when that document is published in government documents, it becomes gazette. It becomes gazette. Then from that you can also move to process your C of O with the state government for the land, and then you can build your choice property. Okay, so that is that about land documentation. And I move to what real estate is about. Real estate is about location, and I tell as many people that care to listen that people have landed property in their village. They have landed property in their village. Most people have landed property that has been given to them, maybe from their great grandfather or from their grandfather or from their father, as the case may be. Their family land, they have it in their village. Why are we still telling them to buy land? They don't want the land in their village. They want the land in Lagos. They want land in Lagos. Mr. Solomon, thank you for joining us. You are welcome. They want land in Lagos. So why do they want land in Lagos? Because Lagos is the fastest growing city, fastest growing state in West Africa. As a matter of fact, if Lagos was to be a country, it should be seventh largest economy in Africa, according to Olakunle Shoriyan. Okay, so Lagos economy is very, very robust, and according to reports, to the statistics, we have over 20 million people living in Lagos. And the land that we are talking about, that they are located in Ebejuleki, those landed property are located in the fastest growing area. That's where Dangote refinery is located, and the Dangote refinery is supposed to commence operation this December 2019. Supposed to commence operation by December 2019. By July, the fertilizer plant will begin operation, and is going to provide 250,000 jobs. Dangote refinery alone will provide 250,000 jobs, and apart from that, they are going to be refining 650,000 barrels of oil on daily basis. You know what that means. So Ibejuleki is the new Lagos. Ibejuleki is the fastest growing corridor in West Africa, and that's why people are moving to this community on daily basis. People are relocating because jobs are being created, opportunities are being created, wealth are being created for people, and people move in the direction of development. So what we are saying in a nutshell in this training is that you have identified where people are going. The next action you should take is to come to that location. You acquire the land, you buy the land, and when people come, you become their landlord. And it's the same thing you are telling people, it's the same thing you are telling the people in your audience. For example, our land at Odiomi was selling for 400,000 naira before. Even as at November last year, it was 400,000. But as we speak now, it's 750,000 naira. You can imagine that level of growth. So imagine somebody that has invested 400,000 in that property November 2019, and he decides to sell it now. It's going to sell for 750. So the property in this axis appreciates. Property appreciates everywhere, no doubt about that. But the one that is located in the fastest growing corridor appreciate faster than any other location. So what is it all about in real estate? Real estate is about location. Real estate is about location. The property in Lekki Scheme 1, a plot of land in Lekki Scheme 1 is selling for 130 million. That's the minimum you can get. I'm talking about the real Lekki Scheme 1. Lekki Scheme 1 is 130 million naira per plot. But some years back, one of my in-laws bought landed property there for 5 million naira. And when he wanted to sell the land, he sold it for 70 million naira. Why? It's because of the level of development of the area. It's because of the level of development of the area. So property is about location. And because these property are located in the fastest developing area, they are going to sell. Please, if you don't take anything away from this live training, the process of creating wealth, one, understand that it's about mindset. Your mindset has to be right. You need to have abundance mindset. No one has lack mindset and arrive at abundance. It's not possible. Yes. You can't have poverty mindset and arrive in wealth. It's not possible. It won't happen. Not even by mistake. It won't happen. So you need to have abundance mindset to arrive in abundance. And two, understand that real estate is selling despite the state of the economy. The reason is simple. It's because real estate is not a luxury. It's a basic need of human being. After food, clothing, and shelter, the next thing is shelter after clothing. And I can tell you, anybody that cannot afford to eat, anybody that is naked, they are not your target audience. They are not your clients. So the people that are your clients are people that can afford to eat. They are eating very well. They are feeding very well. They are not naked. They are wearing clothes. The next thing on their agenda is housing. And we are selling affordable landed property. And also understand that you can operate with your mobile phone. Just start with your contact, with your existing contacts. Start from where you are. Start with them. Start sending broadcasts to them. Start telling them that you are into real estate. If they want to buy landed property in Lagos, they should contact you. And they will definitely contact you. And the next thing you need to do is to build your team. Build other people. Tell them about the business opportunity. Especially those individuals that you know that they don't have money to buy the land. So you can tell them, and as they also earn commission from the business, they also can now have money to buy. Okay? And as somebody have asked that can he do the business while working in a company? Of course, you can do the business while working in the company. So where we are on the slide is what is real estate all about? Real estate is all about location. It's all about location. The reason people are buying landed property is because it's located at Ibeju-Lekki. I think some people to the site today, they were so excited about this place and they are making their payment on Monday. It's the fastest growing area. So what are the things that are there? We have Power Oil Company. We have Dangote Seaport. Dangote Seaport is located at Lekki in Ibeju-Lekki there. We have Danomic. We have Kellogg's Company. We have Lagos Free Zone. Lagos Free Zone is designed to host 116 enterprises. The number of jobs that will be created in that corridor will not be less than 1 million jobs within the next 2 to 3 years. More jobs are going to be created in that corridor, no doubt about it. Of course, a lot of people have lost their jobs. I'm not a prophet of doom. More people are going to lose their jobs, and the reason is very obvious. Is because COVID-19 has revealed to employer of labor that what some people are doing, they can actually do it from the internet. And they have told us how one of the banks, foremost banks, topmost bank in Nigeria, has said that they don't need more than 40% of their existing staff. That means they are going to lay off about 60% of their staff. And even I've heard that some banks that even retain some staff, they've cut their salary. So people's income are shrinking, no doubt about it. But more opportunity are being created in the virtual space online, and you need to see those opportunities and grab it and begin to exploit it. This is not the time to begin to say I'm not techie. This is not the time to begin to say I don't like technology. You are a technologist according to Olakunle Shoriyan before you become any other thing. So very, very important that you understand these things. You need to get online. You need to begin to post about your business. You need to begin to get traction. You need to begin to take your personal branding seriously. And as a matter of fact, you cannot rely on one source of income. You need to create additional source of income. And this is one of the additional sources that you can create it. And I'm talking about the foundation of success, that your mindset has to be right. Very, very important. So the reason people are buying landed property from us is because our landed property are located in the fastest developing area. Now, who are your target market? Who are the people that you need to target? Your target market are the working class individuals. People that have lost their job at this moment may not be your target audience for now, until they probably pick up another job or they start another business and they begin to earn money. Okay? People, working class individuals. So you need to identify people that are gainfully employed, people that have not been laid off. Those are your target audience. People that are broke, people that does not have money, that are struggling financially, the upcoming ones may not be your target audience at this time, but you can introduce the business to them so that they also can begin to sell. And as they sell, they can begin to earn money for themselves. And as they earn money for themselves, they can have money to buy the land. So you can still introduce them into your team, so that when they make sales, they earn 10% commission while you earn 5% commission for introducing them to the business. Then your target market are discerning investors. Don't be deceived. So many people are still investing even at this time. If somebody is broke, that does not mean that everybody is broke. So you need to identify people that like to make the most of opportunity. Those discerning investors, you need to try to identify them in your network, people that you know. And if you don't know people, ask the people you know to refer you. The same way I got started, and now there is no month that I don't sell. There's no month that I don't make sales of property. Even during this COVID-19, we've sold property and we are still selling. And you can achieve the same result by following these simple steps. Visionary leaders, people that can see into the future, they are also your target market, your target audience. People that will come for site visitation, and once they see the area, they will just know that this is it. Those are your target audience. And being mindful of time, I want to stop this broadcast, this live training by 9 o'clock. Parents and grandparents. Parents can buy some of those landed property for their children, so that by the time their children have grown up, it becomes a massive wealth for them. Nigerians in diaspora. Nigerians in diaspora are also your target audience. So when you do your advert on Facebook or on Instagram, especially on Facebook allows you to target a particular market. You can target United States, you can target New York, you can target London, you can target any area, any country of your choice. Just that the cost of advertising in those other areas may be more than advertising in local markets. Then people that their age bracket is between age 25 to 65, they are also your target audience. Then let me quickly go through our compensation plan. Yes, our compensation plan. So when you introduce somebody to the business, when you make sales, you earn 10% direct commission. When your first level team member makes sales, you earn 5% indirect commission. When your indirect team member also make sales, level 2 person make sales, you earn 3% commission. When your level 3 person make sales, you earn 2% indirect commission. Your level 4 make sales, you earn 1% indirect commission. Up to your level 5, you earn 1% indirect commission. So altogether, you are going to be earning 22% commission. Combined effort of your team, you earn 22%, and that's huge. Okay, so the skills that you need to begin to make sales from your mobile phone, everything I'm talking about is you are doing it from your mobile phone. This fitting into COVID-19, social distancing, washing of hands, personal hygiene, it fits into it. Stress-free business model, relational marketing. So you have to begin to introduce the people that you have relationship with into this business opportunity. Then make effort to sell always. And if you don't sell, don't give up. Keep talking to people, keep persuading people, keep making presentation, and one day you are going to sell. One of my team member sold after 2 years. She kept at it, and now our team members are also selling. She earns 5% commission, indirect commission, during this COVID-19, 120k in our account, and that's really awesome. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop at this time, and then the next training is going to be on Tuesday, by God's grace, because a lot of people miss this broadcast because they are not used to it. And please invite people in your team to join this live training so that we can train them on your behalf. So invite people that you want to introduce to this business, to this training on Tuesday. We are going to be holding this same training on Tuesday by 9 p.m. And today at our peak, we have 5 people on the broadcast. At our peak, we have 5 people on the broadcast. And every time we have minimum of 2 persons on this broadcast. So thank you for joining us, and God bless you. Thank you.